With a contribution of slightly more than 50 billion shillings, means that MTN Uganda is so far the biggest contributor to the Universal Service and Access Fund administered by UCC, the telecom sector regulator. The 50 billion shillings contribution to the fund comes on the back of a profitable year. MTN Uganda increased its profit last year by 30% compared to the previous year. The purpose of the fund is to ensure equitable distribution of ICT services, particularly in underserved areas. According to the UCC report for last year, only 36% of the mobile subscribers in Uganda have access or are using smartphones, compared to 72% in Kenya and over 90% in South Africa.
We can't talk about driving the digital transformation of this country when we are not at the levels of 70% and above. And some of the neighboring countries here in East Africa have been able to achieve that. West Africa are very far ahead.
Of course, another thing that has been a binding constraint is affordability. And you know that telecoms are the regulator. We can't drive affordability. Affordability is not driven by lowering prices alone, but also the ability for somebody to pay.
Now that matters relating to taxes stick out like a sore thumb, what is its implication on digital penetration?
When you add up all those taxes, it comes to about 33%. So we can buy a smartphone from this, let's say from one market, or from the manufacturer, take it to different markets in Africa, and they all have different retail price points, with us being one of the higher ones because of the cost of the cost of the tax.
Now we are saying remove taxes on entry-level smartphones. Yeah, that's now the narrative, and with that narrative, I think we are making some progress.
From the stakeholders' engagement held at the UCC headquarters in Kampala, MTN Uganda seemed happy with their contribution to the fund. But how exactly is the contribution in the fund spent?
We give some little money to help the ministry initiate policies, and they are doing it very, very well. Other resources, we dedicate it to training, UICT. Then what remains, I've told you, 97% of it, we take it back to projects.
Now, the industry regulator is planning to embark on a transparency and accountability journey. Ismail Musa, Ladu, NTV Business.